Live from the Carl Chevrolet Studios in West Des Moines, this is Iowa Live.
Broadway sensation Hamilton is coming to Des Moines.
And tomorrow is opening night. Grab your tickets now at dmpa.org.
Or tune in to Iowa Live on Friday for your chance to win tickets. That is a lot of fun. You can complete the lyrics, what we do on Fridays. Oh, that other voice that you heard is familiar to our audience. It is Whitney Hammer from Fareway Meat Grocery. Great to see you again.
Thank you.
Look at all these fabulous ingredients, and we are going to show you how to make something very special.
Yes, we are making a 7-layer taco dip today. We are really utilizing dairy products today. June is Dairy Month. So we'll be talking a little bit about that. You're probably familiar with a recipe at least similar to this. So really what I'm going to do is share kind of my tips and tricks to make it last longer or how to package it for you today.
Sure. Okay.
So we are making ours individual today. I love when anything can be kind of packaged individually. So you can use little mason jars like I have in front of you. Those are great because you can put the lid on and they travel easily. However, the shape doesn't lend the greatest for dipping. So I actually really like the plastic 9-ounce cups. The shape of that cup works a lot better for dipping when you put your chip in there. So if you wanted to make these individual, I do. And then, if you take them to a party, you don't have to worry about getting your jars back.
Oh, true.
So these are perfect. So you can use like a taco seasoned ground beef here if you want. That'd be a really great way to repurpose some leftovers. I'm just going to use some refried beans here. If you don't want refried beans, you could also use a canned bean. I have some canned pinto beans here. Beans are great. They're rich in protein and fiber, which is a really unique mix in one food item. Usually you have to mix foods together to get that mix. So beans are great. However you want to add beans to this or any of your other recipes.
So beans are your base.
Let's go for some beans. All right, our dairy layer. We have mixed some whipped cream cheese and some sour cream today. There's a lot of options you could do here. You could do cream cheese and Greek yogurt mixed together.
Nice.
You could do just Greek yogurt. I like whipped cream cheese. It's easier to work with. You could also mix something like a whipped cottage cheese.
Which is really popular now.
Yes, so you get that protein boost. You could mix that with either cream cheese or sour cream or Greek yogurt, kind of depending flavor-wise what you're going for. And then if you want to boost that protein, look at the different fat contents available.
Yeah, you talked about the whipped cottage cheese. It has kind of like the ricotta consistency to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's even smoother than ricotta, I think. So that's great. I have seen kind of all over the internet people that don't have this specific whipped cottage cheese available will mix their cottage cheese with an immersion blender right when they get home. We here in the Midwest, though, can buy the whipped cottage cheese. Okay, we are going to add a little guac, and I just got some prepared guacamole. You could also do your own. You could do avocados here. The key with this is you want to get this tight on the bottom and the top. We do not want any air to hit our avocados or our guacamole because that's what turns it brown.
Right.
So if you're going to add this in, like I said, just make sure it's kind of tight in there. Some salsa, any salsa that you like.
And that's going to seal the guac on the top.
This is going to seal it, yes. And so just that is the one layer you really want to make sure you're kind of sealing it in there. The rest are pretty forgiving. Okay, cheese. I like a shredded Mexican blend because it's a little bit thinner, so it's easier to scoop. Some shredded cheese is a little thick on your chip. Okay. The last layer is a mix of a few things. So we have some tomatoes, and I wanted to show you with the tomatoes. I take the seeds out of mine, so this is kind of
Why is that?
Because the seeds release a lot of water and a lot of moisture. So if you make these ahead of time, it can make salsa or a dip like this have kind of a watery layer in there. So all you have to do is take the seeds out, and then you get all the benefits of a tomato without that watery layer. So you'll see a lot of fresh pico recipes will tell you to take those seeds out. Don't skip that step. I highly recommend that step.
All right, take the seeds out.
And I would do it here for something like this also, so it doesn't release that water into the dip. Okay, I've got black olives, tomatoes, green onions. If you wanted to add a little cilantro, I do have some of that too. And I always store my cilantro in a jar of water in the refrigerator.
That's awesome. So that's how you create the 7
isn't that
layer.
so easy?
Okay. Now let's talk about your new Instagram account too. You're so excited about this.
I know. We just opened up a new Instagram called Fareway Kitchen. So if you like recipes, behind the scenes, cooking reels, you want to see kind of what I do day in and day out, we have started an Instagram where you can follow along. We can interact. In the comments, we did an Ask Us Anything last week, so we had some questions come through and we answered those live. So we finally have a way to interact directly with Fareway fans, and especially those who have recipe questions. it's the perfect place for
So
that.
is this exclusively on Instagram?
We have an Instagram and a Facebook. I will say we are a little more active on Instagram, but we do have both accounts, so you can definitely follow us on either place.
Okay.
But yeah, at Fareway Kitchen is the new handle for that. So you'll be seeing kind of a different side of what I do here
That's
at Fareway.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, we also have some cooking classes
Yes.
coming up too, to let you know how to make even more stuff.
Yes, so we are again going to kind of be utilizing that Undeniably Dairy. Here's the QR code to register. Next week we have a free virtual cooking class, 30 minutes. There is a giveaway at the end. A $75 gift card will be awarded to one attendee. So go ahead. All you need is to sign up on Eventbrite, and then it'll shoot you over to Zoom.
Okay.
And it's a live cooking class with myself and our other dietitian, Caitlin. So you can get kind of an in-depth 30-minute experience with this recipe we're going to talk about, and we're also going to be making those steak fajita cups.
That is awesome. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Whitney Hemmer from Fareway Meat Grocery. See you next time, everybody.